Cloud. There we go. Recording. Now you're being recorded. Okay. So the key here, guys, is that when we recruit someone, it is imperative that we provide them with an orientation. Now, there are good, okay, mediocre orientations, and then there are orientations that will lock that recruit down. And when I mean lock them down at least to get them to make some money with us. The 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 number one reason why people don't stick in Primerica is because they don't make any money. And the reason why we don't make any money, if we don't do a good job in the front line, getting that recruiter off to a fast start, is the main reason why most people don't make any money because they don't know what they need to do. So it's your job as a leader to, see, as a leader to make sure that you get every single one of your recruits off to a fast start. Um, so, okay, guys. Now, can someone answer Julio? He's asking about the password. One of you, Carmen or Veronica, somebody. I mean, it was in the text that we sent out, but apparently he doesn't know the password. Can one of you do it, please? Can someone give me an acknowledgement that they're gonna do that? He just sent me a text.
To this one?
Yeah, send him to this one. He just put it out in the chat. He's asking for the passcode.
Oh, we'll figure it then. Oh no,
Okay, thank you.
I'll do it.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. So mastering the orientation. So that's the key, I believe. My humble opinion, the key is that once you recruit someone, you have to immediately let them understand that there is orientation. Now, some of us, like me in the beginning, we would get all excited and and then we recruit the person and we follow up with the orientation. Especially if it's on a KT, my humble opinion is you should not do an orientation right there and then. What you should do though is collect a list of at least, if you recruit them that night, where meaning, you explain to them the importance of having the protection, and then they go ahead and you want to count that their own policy as part of their training. Go ahead and do that. But one things that we should do is immediately set up an orientation, and I'm going to talk about the importance and how long you should not wait long. I like French fries, nice and hot, immediately out of the oven. Especially now, Carmen is all in love with this air fryer that we just purchased. So beautiful, nice and crispy and hot. French fries taste really, really bad the next day. Even if you overheat them, they just don't taste the same. I don't know why. Same with a recruit. I think once we recruit someone, we have to get them off to a fast start, and we need to let them know that there's an orientation follow-up. Now, let's talk about that. So let's talk about that. Successful orientations make you or break you. That is so true. So what do I mean by that? If if you don't have a successful orientation, that person, number one, they're not going to understand why or what they apply for. Some people I can hear it from my office. Give me my money back because all I want to do is help people with life insurance. As an example, we've had instances where people, they don't even know the reason why, they don't even know what they joined. So we have to make sure that you have a successful orientation so that these people understand what they got involved with. You want to make sure that people are very crispy clear that this is not a job, that this is an opportunity for them to have their own business. So a successful orientation, and I'm going to go into details, I believe, in my humble opinion, how we should do it. Now, how you set the tone for success or failure of your people. That is so true. So what do I mean by that? So what I mean, like as an example, I don't know if Alvaro is on with us, but I recruited him immediately. I explained to him the importance of going out to the field. Immediately, he went and did 2 policies right now. So, right now we're working, helping him out to get those recruits. But right now he's got close to 3,000 in premium. And he did that his very first week he got recruited. So the idea is for you to set the tone immediately, taking that person out to the field and teaching them how this animal works, because this animal is very different from anything else that's out there. People need to understand, let me explain that again, that this is an opportunity, it's not a job. Now, should you work it as a job? Absolutely. I believe that if you want to be successful in Primerica, I was talking to Carmen the other day. In my younger days, meaning like when I was in my 20s, I used to work double shift. I mean, to me, that was like, bro. I mean, I would work 16, even sometimes even 20 hours. And when it was time, like during the holidays, I would love it, especially in Thanksgiving. I would pull a triple shift. So I do try to work this as a job to the point where you um, have a set schedule, and I believe that's what we got to do with these people. So a successful orientation, again, I am not going to give you what you should do and how you should do the orientation, but I'm going to give you an idea of what a good orientation should look like. Talk to your respective RVP and make sure you follow his guidelines. I'm not going to step in any toes of the RVPs. Each one of them does have an orientation, even though, Raul and we had a conversation with all the RVPs. We are working on putting together a master orientation that we can all follow, and that's our intentions. Okay, guys, how are we doing so far? Can you guys hear me okay? And can you see the
Great.
presentation?
Great.
Awesome. So I guess we're doing better, right? We're learning. Man, that very first 2 weeks, man, I tell you, that was painful with the internet and all. I'm so glad we fixed it. All right, guys. So listen to this. Orientation must be completed within 24 to 48 hours. I don't know if you ever seen the program, guys. 48 hours. So what's 48? What's the what is it with 48 hours? I don't know. Someone did an intensive study case, and I believe it was the FBI and the CIA or whoever they're called, that within 48 hours, someone can pretty much retain information. So information that they don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. So as an example, let's say you talk to me about any given product, whatever it is that you want to maybe help me bring as a client, or maybe sell one of your products. And if you explain the product to me, I'm going to retain it. And the maximum retention that we have as humans is 48 hours, guys. About 24 to 48 hours. I guess that would be called, not I don't want to say low retention. As humans, that's how it is. So the idea is that you meet up with your new recruit immediately. You set it up, meaning, okay, if I recruit you today, Julio, I don't know who else is on here. Julio, if I recruit you today, within 24 to 48 hours, I have to set, meaning set on the calendar. You ink it in, not pencil it in. When you write something in pencil, you can erase it. You ink it in, and you make sure. So if I'm setting it up, I say, hey, Julio, listen, welcome to the team, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to help you set up POL immediately. I'm going to help you understand the importance of going for district and blah, blah, blah. But immediately, my very first job is to set up a follow-up orientation with you within 24 to 48 hours. So that's crucial, guys. Can you do it after that? Of course you can. Now, if you do that, now again, it's like eating the French crispy hot French fries. They're going to be saggy and they're going to taste really bad. And most likely, the new recruit's not going to remember what the heck you're talking to him about. All right, guys? So, again, orientation needs to be set up within 24 to 48 hours. Well, Adrian, I only work part time. I don't work full time like you and the RVPs. Well, if that's the case, you make sure you talk to your upline, and if your upline is not available, talk to any of us. Myself, Juan, Ruben. Well, even though Ruben is out of the country right now on a family emergency, but if you talk to any of the RVPs, guys, I promise you, we don't have a problem sitting down with someone and at least explaining to them what they got involved with. But this is crucial, guys. Think about this. If you get hired at corporate America, that's what they do. They'll set up, once you get your hiring package, immediately they're gonna set up an orientation follow-up for you to sit down and understand all the benefits. In a good orientation, that's what you need to do. You need to give them the benefits of joining your team and all the good stuff. And I'm gonna go into details. Okay, are we good, guys? All right. Now, one of the things that I learned this from Raul when I first, came to the office. I was already recruited, but I asked Raul to kind of mentor me because the RVP that I was under, he was a good man, and I mean, him and I, we've been friends for many years. But I was not taking off, what I was expecting from Primerica, and so, and Raul said this to me, and it stuck with me until today. I mean, it's so true, and this is so true. There is a right way and a wrong way to learn this business. Which way would you like me to teach you? And you want to ask that of your new recruit. Guys, please take a picture of this. This is a key question that you got to ask during, orientation. And you do that before you pull out your laptop or your tablet. You got to ask this question. And if you have a real smarty pants, someone that know what's up, they should, by all means, honestly, if all their marbles are in place, they should say, you know what, I want to learn both ways. Because when you really think about it, most people, they like to learn from their own mistakes. But when it comes to the Primerica business, you don't want your new recruit guys to get a bloody nose with rejections, and they don't even have the skill set to know how to overcome those objections. That's why in the beginning, guys, we the leaders, if you're a district leader and above, it is in your best interest to make sure, number one, and if you don't know these things, you need to learn them, guys. Again, that is the reason why we are doing this awesome trainings. We want to equip you guys with all this. And also, if anything, if we're not available, the RVPs, or you're not available to join these awesome trainings on Tuesday nights, you can go to POL, and there's a long list of videos that you can watch. So again, going back to this, and your job as a coach is, you gotta tell them, you know what, I'm gonna teach you both. If that recruit says to you, you know what, I just want to know the right way of doing it, that's cool. I'm gonna give you a quick story. Kid you not, man. I wish he was here. He can tell you. Our son Sergio Fuentes, he's still licensed. You don't see him around too much, but trust me, he's very much a Primerican. I remember when I recruited him for the second time. Actually, the first explosion that we had when we got our green jacket was thanks to Sergio. But the second time I recruited him, I think it was about a year and a half ago, we had like 15, 20 appointments. I kid you not. In every single appointment, all he got was yes, 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 I want it. Yes, I want it. And he said to me, man, are we ever going to get a no? I'm like, no, I'm going to teach you also that. And trust me, and when we got a no, I don't know if Carmen is with us. In fact, Carmen was with us in that KT. Remember that, Carmen? We went to see one
Yeah,
of Sergio's
I
best friends.
remember.
And man, he could have swear that this guy, he was gonna go ahead, right, Carmen?
Yeah,
Makes good money.
best friend.
The wife was a nurse, and he could have swear that this guy was gonna tell him, "I want everything, bro. I want to join your team." And guess what happened? I mean, he said no, 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 thank you, no, I don't want any. And guys, that devastated Sergio, and I never forgot that. And even though Sergio has never told me that kind of gave him cold feet, even though Sergio made money, trust me, Sergio knows the business inside out. And I promise you, when that boy I shouldn't call him a boy. He's already a very grown man, very smart. I know once he decides to do Primerica, he's going to be an RVP. You know, I have no questions. That guy is going to become an RVP. That guy is going to do awesome in this thing. His credibility is through the roof. The reason I'm bringing him up, because he has such a high credibility, and I don't mean to show off. I'm pretty good. You put me in front of someone that's qualified, we're going to close. If it's the right thing for the client, we're going to close. But guys, based on my lessons learned, I'm telling you from my own lessons, you got to teach your new recruit how to do Primerica and how not to do Primerica. Okay. So as an example, how not to do Primerica. One of the things that you don't want to do, okay, I hope you're taking notes, is that letting the recruit calling. I never do that with my recruits. All the first phone calls I make with the recruit. I will not let you, if you're my recruit, I will never let you make your own calls. I don't care who it is. I want you to be in front of me. And if you're not in front of me, we're going to do a conference call. And we're going to call Tia Chela, Tio Cheo. I don't care who it is. We're going to call them to make sure that they're doing exactly on the scripts. Again, I'm not going to read the scripts. You should talk to your respective RVP how to do that. Okay, guys. So how not to do Primerica is letting this new recruit, having a diarrhea mouth, they're all excited. And yeah, this is an awesome opportunity. So they're all excited and telling Tio Cheo, hey, Tio, I just found out that how you can double your money. Blah, blah, blah. He's going to all excited. And Tio Cheo's looking at him like, bro, you're flat broke. What the hell you're talking to me about doubling my money, And so now, even though Tio Cheo might have been a really, really good candidate for your products and services, now Tio Cheo is not going to give him the opportunity to come and visit him with you if you're the leader of that person, to come and help that family. So in other words, they're going to burn their market, and pretty soon they're going to say, wow, this thing doesn't work. Adrian or whoever, Adrian, you know what? I don't think this is cut for me. And they'll tell you. And a lot of times, honestly, they don't even tell you. They just fade away and they're gone with the wind. All right, guys. So it's imperative that you teach your new recruits the right way of doing Primerica and the wrong way of doing Primerica. All right. Are we good? Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up. Can you see the presentation okay? Yes? No? See? No? Nobody's, what's going on here? All right, maybe we need to do I'm alive, I'm awake, I feel great.
Yes.
Oh,
We can see it.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
very good. Can hear you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, guys. All right. So maybe some of you know this, maybe some of you don't. So we got to cover some basics. You need to explain this. Man, I'm telling you, man, I wish when I met Raul, he showed this to me. And this hasn't changed much. Raul showed this thing to me, guys. Here I was a VP at Motorola making okay money. And I was already making 6 income figure. And Raul pulls out this thing on me. He says, well, guys, right now we only have 2% penetration rate. And my eyeballs almost popped out of my head. I'm like, and I raised my hand. And he goes, yes. And he already knew that I was Wilfredo's father, obviously. He was waiting for me. And by the way, Wilfredo, we were in a different organization, so he kind of helped Wilfredo recruit me. But I remember this when Raul he told me this, guys. I'm telling you, I lit up like a Christmas tree. I'm like, wait a minute. So you're telling me that you only have 2% penetration rate? That means I have a 98% chance of making it here. He goes, absolutely, Adrian. By the way, guys, that is still true today. You need to, number one, you need to embrace this yourself. Remember the numbers. There are 9.5 million people in the Chicagoland area. Now think about this, 9.5 million. Even if you work 24/7, you've heard me say this over and over and over, and you will continue to hear me say this. You know what? You will not even scratch the surface, just like it says here. Maybe we should read this together. Our goal is to serve Main Street. And despite of all the achievements that we have had, by the way, I don't know if you guys would agree, we have achieved a lot of things as a company. We have barely scratched the surface of our market. That's amazing, guys. So, you know, a good presentation, somewhere you need to explain to them about this. And you need to articulate what you mean by that. What do I mean? Well, what does that mean, Adrian? Okay, so if we have 9.5 million people that live in the Chicagoland area, let's do the numbers, okay? For those of you that like statistics like me, I should have did this. I apologize prior. So if the 9.5 million, all the RVPs in this area, if I'm telling you, because I remember asking Raul, right now we serve maybe about 200,000 families just in the Chicagoland area. And think about that, guys. That is a big number. Trust me, that brings millions of dollars just in the Chicagoland area. But think about that. That's like mind-boggling. Out of almost 10 million people of the population in the Chicagoland area, we've only scratched maybe about 200,000 of them. Think about that. And you need to embrace this information when you also provide it to your new recruit, you know? And now, to me, I think one of the key things that you need to do on a really, really good orientation is you need to understand and master the Primerica field training bonus. You know, you need to explain to them how important it is for you to help, that you're going to help them build a team to grow the business. Again, they need to understand that this is a business, and the only way that new recruit is going to learn the business, the true meaning of how we do the business, it's across the kitchen table. That person is not going to learn it here in the office. There's no way. You can spend 20 hours a day with someone here in the office. They're only going to pick up so much, but they are going to learn so much when you take them out on the field. Why? It's not being rehearsed. This is live, and I mean, they're going to see how you react to the any questions that the client may have. If they have any objections, how you handle the objections. So think about this. Our business is monkey see, monkey do. And you need to explain that. You need to explain to them the importance of getting licensed. Guys, I believe, me personally, that's one of my main focus is I'm getting people recruited to get them licensed. Let's not recruit people for the wrong reasons, guys. The main reason why you would want to fill out an IBA, if you sit across that person and you can see that they can actually, you know what, someone that maybe needs help, it's okay. I mean, but you know, you can tell if someone can actually, you know, have the ability to go and go to the state and take a license, you know what I mean? Pass a license, you know. And the importance of how to explain to them the importance of sprinting to district, the importance that they start at 25%, and your job is going to help them through this whole process, getting them to the 50%, guys. Explaining to them how they can earn credits that can actually convert to cash bonus once they get licensed. And there's an asterisk next to that. I've heard, and I hear too many, a few people complaining, man, but you know, no one ever told me about that. You know, we need to make sure, guys, that you bring someone, if that person gets that they need to get licensed to get their bonus check. You know, I don't care how good they do. They can have 20. They can do 20 by 20. If they don't get licensed, the company's not going to pay out on that bonus. All right, guys. And the importance of, you know, how the products works and how we help clients with life insurance, how to build a team, the path to life insurance licensing. I know Sharon is with us today. You know, Sharon is a beast. She's got a wonderful system. I've seen her how she's taking someone brand new that maybe didn't speak too much English, and she did it in Spanish. And you know, I understand taking the exam in Spanish is actually a little bit more difficult because of the translation. So guys, we need to become really good at this. You know, like anyone that is a district and above, if you have a team, you should try to find someone that you designate as a license manager. You know, like for me, Carmen is the one, she's my license manager. You know, if you're a regional leader, like Sharon's on the line. I'm sure, I don't know if she's the only one doing it. Already as a regional leader, you should have someone that you can let them, teach them and help them grow to that position where they can train your people to get licensed. All right, guys. So I think that is something awesome that will help you. I think during the orientation, we should explain this right here. All the products and services that we offer. Some people just come to the office and I hear them, they think we're just a life insurance company, and we do so much more. Guys, yes, the cornerstone of our company is life insurance, term life insurance, and also they need to understand after that life insurance, they need to start paying down their debt. They need an emergency fund, retirement fund, college savings, and all these good things. And people, they need to understand all the products and services that we do during orientation, guys. All right. Are we doing good? All right. How are we doing with time? I got 5 more minutes. Oh my goodness. Is that true? No. Okay. Now, I believe that, during orientation, we need to explain how this works. On a part-time basis, you need to help them understand that why they need to recruit the 3, why they have to do the 3x3, guys. Because some people, like me, I was a corporate guys. I was never really, this whole thing about recruiting, it didn't sell well with me. Actually, with Raul either in his beginnings. Once you understand how the recruiting works, obviously, now, the lifeblood of our business, I understand it's recruiting. But in the beginning, when you recruit someone, they don't understand. And you need to help them and articulate with them very clearly the importance of why they have to do 3 recruits, and that the recruiting is the only way you can help them get to the 50% contract, guys. Now, the importance here when we do an orientation is you should pencil out, you should put it on a paper so they can see how you calculate the commissions. You need to teach your new recruit how to calculate their commission. Yes, I know it's on the app, but you need to articulate it for them so they can see it, all right? Because I understand that when you have a visual and then they can hear you and they see it on the app, it will actually get embedded into their head the importance of becoming a district leader. So guys, this is very important. And they need to understand that this is just for life insurance. I've had recruits that they're thinking, oh, actually, I recruited this guy, a lot of potential. We've actually only went on 1 KT. And actually, that family, we helped them. We did a huge rollover, over $100,000 rollover. The client took a big policy. It was like $150 policy and whatnot. And he actually got turned off because he thought that he was going to make money, on the investments. I don't know where he got that, because Carmen actually did the orientation. Actually, we both did. We did the orientation, and somehow he just didn't get it, and after that KT, I didn't see him again. So guys, we need to make sure that we explain that this is just only on life insurance. Are we good, guys? Give me some thumbs up. All right. So another thing that we need to do is, this is on the presentation, and this may look repetitorio. I don't know, repetitivo. Redundant. Thank you. Redundant. But you need to understand this. I think pretty soon one of the things that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna have one of you guys kind of explain things to me. But when we show this, and we've seen it so much that we think we know it, but I hear some of you that are already districts and above explaining this, and it's like, man, yeah, you don't understand what you're talking about here. But the idea here's why we're doing it this way. The idea is we're showing the new recruit, or during the presentation. Now we don't even do this presentation for the new people. The idea here, guys, is that we want to compare what it is that we do with something that they already know. Everyone knows about the real estate business. The real estate model is very popular out there. In fact, have you ever wondered why there are over 2 million realtors that are licensed and flat broke? They're not making any money because they love this system. They love the idea that they could have agents and that they can be a broker and then they can override those agents. So you need to understand how to explain this. And then you got to ask questions. So when you're sitting with the new recruit, what I like asking them, I'll say, listen, Veronica, in our awesome opportunity, we have 2 positions that are available for you. I just want to make sure that I understand which of the 2 appeal the most to you. And then I would say, we have an agent position and we also have a broker. Now let me explain to you the real estate model, and then I want you to answer to me which of these 2 positions would you like. Now, an agent has limited income potential. As an agent, you have no security and you have no time, meaning that you probably have to work in 8 to 7 type of stuff, and and we also have a broker. A broker's got unlimited income potential. It's got a lot more security and they have the freedom with their time. Now, which one would you rather be? And you let them answer. Don't answer for them. You need to let them answer because that will set the stage for you to explain how it is that you're going to help them get to the district leader position. Does that make sense, guys? See? Any thumbs up? Then you ask the question, which one would you rather be? And 99.9% of the time, they're going to say, I like to be that broker. And obviously, that broker, you have to be, in this case, 50% override. So this even could be, this is a district leader. But we use this when we do our presentation during, the Tuesday nights. We're calling it the RVP position, but in reality, this is a 50% contract. So this is a district leader position. So what do I mean by that? So you are a district and you have 5 licensed agents that are at 25%. By the way, shame on you if you have 5 of those and they're not districts already by now. But let's say each one of them help out a client and the policy is $125 a month. That means that's a $1,500 policy. So that means this agent is going to make about 300 and plus, and you are going to make the difference. So this policy, the maximum you can make, it's $750 as a district. All right, guys? So 50% of that. All right? Next. All right. So now you got to explain to them in the real estate model, what is the problem? See, so real estate, it's good and it's very appealing. In fact, before joining Primerica, Carmen and I, we were really, really hard. This is years ago. We were looking to going into real estate and we were looking at getting licensed in real estate. This was at the tailgate of just before the bubble of the real estate. So a lot of people were going into the real estate business model and it was very appealing. And in the beginning, I didn't know about this. Now that I know, obviously, man, I'm so glad that I didn't go that route. But look at this. Here's the problem with the real estate model. And then you need to explain it. If one of your agents leaves, I'm not going to go through much. This is self-explanatory. Now that agent becomes your own competition. So you see, so they need to understand that and why there's a flaw in that model. Then you're going to explain to them the Primerica system. The Primerica RVP model solves the problem. Here it is. I have 3 district leaders. If any of them become a regional vice president, he never becomes my competition, but rather, man, I'm going to love him to pieces, but I am going to override him for the rest of his life. So the idea is that we want to grow unlimited amount of RVPs, guys. We need to make sure that they understand. And you know, a lot of us, we want people to say, oh, I want to go RVP, you know. And the other day, I asked some of you, do you, and you know, when I went around the table, I asked, do you want to become an RVP? And most of you said yes. And I asked that question. I was not being funny about it, because some people, you know, honestly, they don't tell you, but they don't want to be an RVP. They just want to make some extra income. So guys, we gotta show them up front. We gotta set it up. You know, there's a guy at the downtown Elgin office. This guy, he's been in Primerica, I want to say over 25 years. And as far as I know, until today, all that guy does, he helps out one family. He's a regional leader, helps out one family every month. And he makes just enough to pay his mortgage. And by him doing that for the last, I don't know how many years, 20 plus years, he's actually almost paid off his mortgage with the Primerica extra income that he's making. So some people are very happy part-timer guys. But in reality, as an RVP, myself, and coming from Raul himself and Asad Faraj, we want to develop an RVP factory in the team fire hierarchy, guys. So, you know, we need to explain to this new recruit why the importance of the RVP. So, you know, here, look at this. At Primerica, you can produce unlimited number of RVPs. You receive a recruiting income stream from the business they produce. Well, that's true up to 6 levels down. Okay. Very important that we cover this during orientation. But why, Adrian? That person just started, they're not even licensed. Because you have to set them. I believe it was my second slide. It's how you set your tone. So the idea, and today I promise you guys, Carmen is my witness. Every single person I recruit, I tell them I am looking for RVPs. I'm not sure if you have what it takes, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give you everything that I have. I want you to 50% of your attention to this. I want to put the other 50, and we're going to make good things happen. And we take it from there. And along the way, we'll figure out if you are RVP material and what it is that you need to do to become an RVP. You know, my newest recruit, not even licensed, he just finally finished his class on Tuesday. You know, we were talking late Sunday night. He's all pumped up, all fired up. He said, Adrian, how do I become an RVP? You know, 18, 19 years old, already talking. So it's my expectation how I set the tones. And you should do the same with every single one of your new recruits, guys. And you want to do that in a tone where you're not overexcited. You want to make sure you articulate the orientation very clearly so that they understand what they got themselves involved with. Now, guys, so here it is. A regional vice president, this is per company guidelines. The average RVP, you know, if they do, this is honestly, an RVP that doesn't have a big team, it's going to make about $4,000 to $5,000, you know, an income of $50,000 to $60,000 to $80,000. Truly, guys, I'm ashamed to say this, but right now, all of the RVPs, that's about what we're humming right now. You know, between Ruben, myself, Juan, and Ito. But by the way, I'm telling you guys, right now we have a plan in place to break that mold because we don't want to be. But the average regional vice president, I'm going to tell you something. And on 1099, a $60,000 income, that's the equivalent of $80,000 in corporate America. That is a pretty darn good income. Pretty darn good income. You know, when you have the freedom to go and come as you please. I promise you, you know, I don't make the kind of money that Raul makes, but the freedom that we have, guys, is just unbelievable. I will never give this up. All right, guys. But it's very important that you understand, you know, if you do it on your own, here's an example. If you're just an RVP, and I covered that during compensation, I believe that was week number 1. I talked about the compensation. That's why we did it first, because we didn't want you guys to get confused with some of this stuff. But look at this. If you're an RVP and if you just help out a couple of clients and you do one investment, you're gonna make about $2,500, $3,000. Now, if you have a team where you override a couple of people, this is not a lot. This is an RVP, very small RVP. You know, they're gonna do about a couple $1,000. just on overrides. So, that's the kind of income you can have here as an RVP. Now, during orientation, you should also explain that the importance of you promoting other RVPs. I promise you guys, in our vision board, Carmen and I, our goal is to become owners. The only way we can become owners is by getting to $300,000, $300,000 per year income. So here's Raul. Raul right now, he's an SVP. This is a perfect scenario. Raul right now, he's about 300, close to 300,000 in income, making $25,000, $30,000 a month income. He's got 3 RVPs. I'm one of them. He's got Iro, Ruben, and Adrian Velez. And right now, we're looking to promote more RVPs before the year is over. And guys, you need to understand that for every RVP that you promote, the company, 50% of their income, that's how much the company is going to pay you. And you want to explain to this firsthand to this new recruit. You don't want to wait for them to become a district leader to show them this, because you just don't know. You may have the next Mario Arison in your team and you don't even know it. You may have the next, Jeff Mallard. Everybody talks about, all his RVPs, but the machine behind that, right now they're at 1.2 million, I believe they just crossed. It's unbelievable. Monday, the company was announcing all the milestones, with the diamonds and all that. And I want to say about 80% of the names were all in the Chicagoland area, guys, because the opportunity around us is just amazing. I'm sorry, I'm getting very excited because it's so true. Now, I am telling you guys, there's not one RVP that I know of, if they have some common sense, that they don't want the ownership. What do I mean by that? Man, I'm going to tell you something, a real quick story. Today, I was talking, little that I knew, Carmen is my witness. I'm talking to my cousin. He lives in Colorado. Little that I knew, this is a cousin. I have not seen him, I don't know, about the last 30 years. We've been in touch through FaceTime and Facebook now, and every once in a while we'll text each other. Then I ask him, hey, primo, what is it that you do for a living? He goes, well, I'm a VP for Progressive. And I'm like, man, my jaw almost dropped. I'm like, you do what? He goes, yeah, I'm a VP of operations for Progressive out of Colorado. And I'm like, get out, man. So I'm pretty sure you're making pretty good income. He goes, yeah, I get paid pretty good. So then I asked him this, and I wish I don't know how to show you the text. I wish I can show you what he sent me after our conversation. Then I asked him, hey, did you know that I'm an RVP with Primerica? And one of the things that attracted me so much to Primerica is the freedom and the opportunity that I could be the owner of my own business. Is Progressive currently giving you the opportunity for you to have ownership of your own book of business? I mean, I could hear like it, like when you ask, you do like one of those low blow punches, and they're out of air, right? And they can't talk. He stood like quiet, like for 3 seconds. And this guy is extremely smart. He stayed quiet maybe a couple seconds, and I knew that was a key question. And so then couple minutes later, he sends me a text. He goes, Adrian, I need to talk to you, primo. I'm curious, I want to I want to see how if you could call me for a life insurance, and I want to talk to you a little bit more about this ownership that you were talking about. So guys, I am telling you, this is one of the things that when I saw the opportunity of ownership, this was something also that attracted me so much to Primerica. And this is something that should also attract many of you. If you're young, if you're in your mid 30s, mid 40s, doesn't matter how old you are, man. Ownership, this is huge, guys. This is something that we should be explaining during our orientation. I'm not going to go through it because we're almost running out of time here. But you need to understand one of the things that I love, and I will read this one: build a legacy for your family. I'm 58 years old right now. And I get emotional because one of the things my daughter Laura, some of you may know Laura. Laura is actually a Primerica kid. Laura has been on company trips, and the other day Laura said, "Dad, I cannot wait to be 18 because I want to help you grow your business." And then also, then I hear my son, then he says the same thing, you know. And guys, I am telling you, that is priceless. For those of you, Sharon, congratulations on your baby. Can you imagine, Sharon? Your baby's a Primerica kid now. When he gets old enough and he says to you, Mom, I want to help you grow your Primerica business. Now, guys, I am telling you, man, that is priceless. When you have the ability where a company gives you the opportunity to build a family legacy, it is amazing. If some of you, I don't know if all of you watched yesterday's PFN TV show. If you didn't, please, I beg you, please watch that program. It talked exactly about this right here. And I am telling you, this right here, especially in the stuff that's happening around us with the coronavirus and the and deployment of right now of all the benefits are getting stripped away from people. You know, I'm a prime example. My you know, I was a corporate guy for 25 years, guys, and I still was not very happy because even though I made Motorola billions of dollars, billions, they never gave me the opportunity to be the owner of that business. And with Primerica, you know, you come $124, guys. Are you freaking kidding me? And this company, it's willing to give you a shot where you can have ownership. That is amazing. You know, if you're a father, or if you someday you were planning to have a family, you have no idea. Each one of us, that is something deep inside of us. We all want to leave a legacy for our family. And if you don't, maybe you need to check. Maybe you need a checkup from the neck up. Okay, guys. I hope I don't offend anyone with that. But all right, guys, how are we doing here? Now, with this, I'm going to end and I'm going to open it up for question, guys. I don't think we are um, explaining this enough to us, the agents. I'm talking in the um, team fire hierarchy, guys. You need to understand. Just last year, Primerica paid. The goal is 1 billion. They are so freaking close. Before by the year end, we are going to reach this goal. So the momentum that we have as a company is just amazing. You know, I don't know if you notice when you go into POL, the company talks about, you know, we're this close. We're like to hit that number, guys. You need to be showing this kind of stuff to the new recruit so that they understand that our company, the tremendous growth, that we are not stagnant as many companies are. You know, outside of Amazon, Facebook, and all these companies that are having huge success, Apple, you know, today, me and Wilfredo, we helped out this guy from Miami to do some investments. You know, he dropped a bomb. He's here in the area. And he was telling me, Adrian, I just purchased, I think it was 3 or 4. Wilfredo is doing the other meeting. Otherwise, I would ask him. I think he purchased like 4 trucks to do Amazon. He's into the trucking business, you know, and people are looking for a way to do what? To have different streams of income. Primerica is a huge vehicle that could be a stream of income to other people. The problem being is if we're not us ourselves, if we don't have the attitude number one of how good the company's doing, I don't want you to fake it and tell lies, but you need to show this kind of stuff so that new recruit can see that we're a company, that we're on the move, and that we're growing, you know? And you got to sell them the vision of where you're going, not where you're at. And if you're not where you want to be, you know what? Use somebody else's as an example. You know, Raul. You know, I don't do it anymore. Honestly, you know, I'm already an RVP. But in my early years, I used Raul left and right. His credibility. I said, look what this guy's doing. Blah 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 blah. Today, I don't do that anymore. I'm an RVP, obviously, but it depends who I'm talking to. I will still use his credibility. And if not Raul, I will use Assad. Why? Assad and I, we work for Motorola, and I will bring that up, guys. So it's very important that you let your new recruit during orientation to do this, guys. All right, guys, that is it from me. I'm going to open it up for questions. Do we have any questions or comments?
I do.
Awesome. Let's go.
On the real estate model, when
Yes.
you guys say that the agent doesn't have security and does not have time, what do you mean by that?
Okay.
Because
So,
that's one of the things that they promote a lot, that they have control of their time and
well,
control
they
how
don't.
much they make.
Remember, this is
And
the real, we're talking about the real estate model, right?
uh-huh.
So the reason why they don't have time is because they're not a broker. They are working right now. So it's just another job, right? So that's what this means. You know, if you sit down with an agent and they are truth with you, they will tell you they don't have time. They don't have the freedom. They really don't. They really don't. Especially if they work for a broker, it's mandatory. Well, COVID-19 now, I don't know how they're doing it, but yeah, you have to sit in an office, making cold calls and whatnot. So that's what we mean by that. Yep. Good question. Anybody else? Any other questions? Did I lose you guys? What happened? Are we here?
No, we're here.
Okay, we're here. Okay. Any other questions, guys? If not, I'm gonna one more time. Questions.
No, you did pretty good.
Awesome. Julio, have you done orientation for one of your recruits? Have you?
I have, but I've been slacking. So this kind of, gave me a couple of things to show to them and kind of explain them a different, like this picture right here.
Yeah. So this is key, and I didn't continue, but here's one more. Just basic stuff. How we help families. That's another one. But the idea is that we have to articulate to them, what we do. What about you, Sharon? Real quick. Nuevamente felicidades. What about you, Sharon? How do you well, are you can you talk, Sharon?
Yep.
Okay, hi.
Hi.
We miss you, girl.
I know. I miss you guys
How's the
too.
baby?
Good. He's growing.
Nice. Good.
Thank you.
So, Sharon, I mean, I've seen you do orientations and whatnot. So what about you? Any inputs that you want to give the rest of the team here? The idea is that we learn from our models,
Right. Well, if anything, it's just kind of, for me, it's just now with everything, is just selling them the idea of the job and the idea of Primerica and how we change people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not a job. I think it's very important that people, or new people, especially during orientation, know that this is not a job, that this is a business, and
Exactly.
the reason why we recruit people.
Right.
Because it's scary. People are not used to recruiting. People
Right.
think recruiting is a bad thing. They associate that with an MLM or with just recruiting, and the word is just scary. But
Right.
we got to tell them why we recruit people. And I think you did a great job on, explaining, being an agent, a broker, and just trying to get people to understand that it's kind of just a different wording, different mentality, that it's not a job, it's a business, and just kind of compare, really, when compare from a job to a business. And would you rather be an agent working your butt off for someone else, and they're gonna, at the end of the day, they're gonna get the commission, or do you want to be the broker?
Right. And here it is, Sharon. That's what I, because of time purposes, but this is the last one. True. Yeah, this is what Sharon is talking about. So that is in the presentation, guys. All this stuff is going to be uploaded to our. We're developing a YouTube channel for you guys to view. But very good, Sharon. Thank you for that. Anyone else? What about you, Carmen?
It's 9 o'clock.
1 minute left. Carmen, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
Okay.
here.
What about you?
I think that it's true. I truly believe in the and the orientation is a key thing for every person that joins your business. And in my experience, the first thing that they need to understand is what is the rhythm. What is it that makes the business special, and especially what isn't the business for you? What is it for them?
Yes.
Why is different? Why should we invest our time and energy and youth to end up worse than when we started it? You know, a lot of people work 20, 30 years and they don't even have a retirement plan.
That's right.
And one of the things that Primerica has done for us is to give us the flexibility. He gave us the freedom of time, the freedom of money. I mean, like, you can literally in 1 week, if you make your mind up, you can actually make in 1 week what you will make in a whole entire month working for somebody else. And that's truth, because I work for Verizon Wireless. I work a month of salary for me was like $4,000. Now working for Primerica, we can do that like literally in a week.
Yeah.
So it's a big difference. It's a big difference. So we just have to make them understand. I mean, like, we need to really work on the mentality, changing the mentality from an employee to a business owner. Big time. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So that is it for tonight. Thank you so much. God bless you all. And have a blessed week, and we'll see you on Saturday, okay? Thank you so much. Good night.
Awesome. Thank you.